Welcome back. This is going to be your Algebra 2 quadratic functions, lesson number 4, factoring by grouping, home review, part 4. Make sure you catch parts 1, 2, and 3, and this will be the last video because it's the last question of homework. Consider the expression x cubed minus 5x squared minus 9x plus 45. Enter this expression on your calculator and find its zeros. Provide evidence. So this is how we're going to do this, okay? All right, so you're going to grab your calculator. Here's graphing calculator here, and go to y equals, I'm already there, and you're going to type in the equation x raised to the third minus 5x squared minus 9x plus 45. Okay, now we're going to basically find the zeros. Now the zeros mean we're going to find the x values that make the y value equal to 0. And here we're going to go to a table. So hit second graph, give us a table here. And it looks like we've got some crazy numbers here. So let me just reset my table. Second table set. Let me just set table set to 0. I'm going to change this to auto because it'll give us auto automatically. The other setup in this case, we can type in numbers to find our values. So just to let you guys know. So let's go to second table now. All right, so we're looking for zeros. So we see here we have a 0 at x equals 3. So let's record that at x equals 3. We have another 0 when x equals 5. Let's see now, are there any other zeros? Well, it looks like it's really big. Maybe we go backwards. Because it's x cubed, there might be another 0 because the fact that there was x to the third power, we might end up with, yeah, there you go, a third value of x that gives a 0, and that's going to be negative 3. So what we do to show evidence in this case, we'll have a table here, and what we can do is the following. All right, to provide evidence, we can plug in those values. So we found our values for x is equal to negative 3, x is equal to positive 3, and x equals 5. And so what we can do is we can plug them in here. So we can plug in negative 3 to the third minus 5 times 3 squared minus 9 times 3 plus 45, and we hope we get 0, right? So negative 3 to the third is negative 27. 3 squared is 9 times negative 5 is minus 45. All right? And in this case, it should be negative 3 here. So this is negative 3. It's negative 3. All right? Negative 3 squared is positive 9 times negative 5 is still negative 45. But negative 3 times negative 9 is plus 27 plus 45. We see that the negative 27 cancels with the positive 27, and the negative 45 cancels with the positive 45, we get 0. So this works out fine. We'll try this again with positive 3. 3 cubed minus 5, 3 squared, minus 9 times 3, plus 45, where we get 0. Now, in this case, 3 to the third power is 27. 3 squared is 9 times negative 5 is minus 45. 9 times 3 is negative 27 plus 45. And again, we see we have a 27 plus negative 27 cancels out. We have a negative 45 and positive 45 cancel out, and we have a 0. Here we go. That works out fine. And finally, for x equals 5, take 5 to the third power minus 5 times 5 squared minus 9 times 5 plus 45, and 5 to the third is 125. Now 5 squared is 25 times negative 5 is minus 125. Negative 9 times 5 is negative 45 plus 45, and we see again 125 minus 125 is 0. Negative 45 plus 45 equals 0. These are our zeros. Okay, now what they want us to do is to factor x cubed minus 5x squared minus 9x plus 45. Well, again, we'll do factor by grouping. We'll group the x cubed minus 5x squared. We'll group the 9x plus 45. And so the greatest common factor between x cubed and 5x squared will be x squared, leaving us with x minus 5. Now, for the negative 9x plus 45, we definitely, greatest common factor is 9, but that'll leave us a negative x plus 5. And we want to match up with the x minus 5. So believe it or not, we're going to factor out a negative 9. So negative 9x divided by negative 9 is positive x, and 45 divided by negative 9 is minus 5. And notice now, why do it this way? Because we want to have the same remaining factor, because that now becomes our new GCF. So we now have x plus 5, x minus 5, that's our GCF here. And leftover factors are x squared minus 9. And x squared minus 9 is the product of conjugates, or in this case, difference of perfect squares. So we have x minus 5 times the square root of x squared is x, square root of 9 is 3, plus and minus. And so this is the fully factored form of the expression 3x cubed minus 5x squared minus 9x plus 45. But now the question is going to be, well, how does it relate to our zeros? Well, if we set each of these equal to 0, if we set the whole product equal to 0, and we set each of these factors equal to 0, x minus 5 equals 0, we get x equals 5. X plus 3 equals 0, x equals neg 3. And x minus 3 equals 0, we get x equals 3. And these are the zeros of our expression. So what we can do if we have a polynomial is that we can factor the polynomial and then set each factor equals 0 to find the zeros of the polynomial. So it's not written that way. We're not guessing. As long as we can factor and set the equation equals 0, we will factor, and then we factor. We can set each factor equals 0 to solve for the zeros. Okay, which is definitely going to be the next thing we're moving on to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this was helpful. All right. If you have any questions, leave them in the question or comment section below. If you leave a comment if you thought that was helpful. Definitely, we love encouraging comments. But criticism, constructively, how we get better, I appreciate that as well too. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you found it helpful again, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I look forward to seeing you in our future videos, and hopefully when we hit that 200 mark for subscribers, I'll be giving away doing a giveaway of a Funko Pop, one of my Funko Pops that I have one too many, and definitely want to be able to give to you guys who have been watching faithfully. All right, thanks so much for watching, everybody, and details will come up when we hit that 200 mark. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Be safe.